session is a very important session, of course, on a very important and relevant topic, which is time management. I can see people who are joining very fastly, very rapidly. Uh, Time management, time is a resource which we all know that it is always scarce for us. और most of the times we are saying कि मेरे पास time नहीं, मेरे पास इस चीज़ के लिए टाइम नहीं है, मेरे पास इसके लिए टाइम नहीं है, मेरे पास अपने एक्सरसाइज करने के लिए टाइम नहीं है, मेरे पास योगा मेडिटेशन करने के लिए टाइम नहीं है, मेरे पास अपनी फैमिली के लिए टाइम नहीं है. पीपल कीप ऑन रिपीटिंग दिस सेंटेंस अगेन एंड अगेन कि मेरे पास टाइम नहीं. नाउ अगर टाइम नहीं है तो टाइम कहाँ चला जा रहा है, टाइम कहाँ जा रहा है, इसके ऊपर ये पूरा सेशन है. इट इज ऑल अबाउट टाइम मैनेजमेंट. एंड इन दिस सेशन we will be first talking about the various time management styles, how you manage time, what is your present style, what are the time wasters, what are the various things on which you waste time, and then I will be showing you a quadrant which will help you in prioritizing your time management strategies. And finally we will have a timetable. We will start with a timetable. We will start with preparing a timetable. Some of you might already be doing that, but we will try to prepare an imaginary timetable for our things by prioritizing them. So I start with my presentation. Please start presentation. नहीं, उसको बंद कर दीजिए, इसको नीचे कर. Now, when you see this presentation, in the first slide is very interesting that a person is trying to stop the movement of the clock, which is it is impossible. You cannot stop time from moving on. The time will keep on running. And if you do not manage it properly, you will lose time. And what you are going to lose, when I will talk about that, then you will consider that it is a very serious problem. And the things that we lose because of improper time management, they hamper everything in our life, from our personal life to our professional life. So I will be talking about this in my presentation. इसके नीचे वाला है क्या? ये ठीक. Yes. Now I would like to start with a question. How many of you have a timetable every day? How many of you prioritize your activities as urgent and important? And how much is your time worth? Now, when you will think about these points, how many of you have a timetable for every day? Many of you might be having a timetable. बहुत से लोग एक timetable बना के काम करते होंगे. How many of you prioritize your activities as urgent and important? Some of you might be prioritizing your activities as urgent and important. How much is your time worth? आपका टाइम का वैल्यू क्या है, उसका क्या वर्थ है, ये मैं आगे आपको बताऊं. आप में से जितने लोग टाइम टेबल बना के काम करते हैं, इट इज वेरी गुड. आप में से जितने लोग प्रायोरिटाइजिंग करते हैं, दैट इज ऑल्सो वेरी गुड. Definitely those people will have a lot of efficiency in managing their time. But presently, let me talk about some time management styles which most of us follow. Now, of the present time management styles, the first and the most common is the fireman. The fireman, for such people, every event is a crisis. They are always seen busy dousing the fires. Tasks keep piling up around them while they are seen rushing from fire to fire all day. The fireman management style. The fireman style of time management. सुबह से उठते साथ ऑफिस जाने वाला मेरा बैग कहाँ है, ऑफिस जाने वाले मेरे कपड़े कहाँ हैं, बच्चे की स्कूल फीस आज पे करनी है, बिजली का बिल आज पटाना है, गैस सिलेंडर का नंबर लगाना है, एवरीथिंग ऑन द लास्ट डे. This is the fireman style of time management. Such people are always in crisis. They are always in pressure because they have stretched everything till the deadline. So if any one of you is having this kind of time management style, you might have experienced that kind of pressure. The second is the overcommitters. They are the people who cannot say no to anybody. They oblige and try to please everybody. Consequently, none of the tasks receives complete attention and remains half done. Overcommitters, आप अपना काम कर रहे हैं, somebody comes कि यार इसको बताओ तो ये प्रोजेक्ट कैसा बनेगा, you stop working on your project and you start helping that person. You keep on helping such persons throughout the day and your work is left unfinished. So these people, the overcommitters, जो किसी को ना नहीं बोल सकते, they are highly polite, highly courteous people, but they ruin their time and they mismanage their time and they have to face the consequences because of this. Then there are the Aquarians. Who are the Aquarians? These are the people who always delay work. They are laid back attitude. Whenever there is a work, they try to delay it as far as possible. आज का काम कल करो, कल का काम परसों. Getting to things that is when they get to them is not time management. It is simple task avoidance. If any one of you is having this kind of time management style, it is very unfortunate. So I am sure that no one of you is having this kind of time management style. Then there are the chatty Cathys. This is a very popular time management style and it wastes a lot of time. There is a lot of time wastage in government offices because of these kind of people. The chatty Cathys, born to socialize. They have astounding oral communication skills and cannot resist exercising them at every opportunity. Every interaction becomes a long drawn out conversation, especially if there is an unpleasant task dawning that they would like to put off. चैटी कैथीस, हर थोड़ी थोड़ी देर में चाय पीने चले जाने वाले, चलो चाय पी के आते हैं, चलो चाय पी के आते हैं. Keep on delaying work, keep on socializing. So these people not only they waste their time, but they also waste the time of the people with whom they are interacting and with whom they are socializing. So this time management style, it is also not advisable, and I am sure that none of you would have been having this kind of style. Then the last one is the perfectionist. Now, what my understanding is, this is the time management style which is very common with the teachers. It is common with the teachers because we are perfectionists. Exactitude is their watchword, and they feel that no rushed job can be a good job. Finishing tasks to satisfaction is such a problem. They need more time zones, not just more time. Now, since we want to get perfection, we try to do things in such a perfect manner that we devote it more time than it is required. We give it more time than it is required. So it again results in mismanagement of our time, and this time management style is also not advisable. So of the 5 time management styles, you can see that there are flaws in every kind of time management style. Then I keep on next. I move to the next slide. The 11 time thieves. Sometimes we feel कि अरे हमारा दिन कैसे चला गया, हमको पता ही नहीं चला दिन कैसे बीत गया. Why? Because there are some thieves which steal your time. There are some factors which waste your time, which you don't know, which you neglect, but they are so influential, they are so time consuming that they consume your entire day. The first one is poor planning. You don't plan your day. If you plan your day, then it is very much possible that you don't waste a single minute. And for planning your day, you need to prioritize. You can take the help of a diary, you can take the help of your mobile, and you can prioritize the tasks that are needed to be done on that day. If you do that, then your time is not wasted. But if you don't do that, poor planning, you want to go for a work to say to your school education directorate, and in the same direction you need to go for some other personal work, but you don't plan properly. You need to go to these things twice. You have to spend twice the time for attending to both of these works. So it is very important to plan properly, to plan your day. What are the tasks that needed to be done? If you don't do this, then they will act as a time thief. Crisis management. When you don't plan properly, you are always in crisis, and your valuable time is wasted in managing that crisis. You have to go to your school, you know that from Monday to Saturday you have to attend your school. So it is important that you decide on Sunday what are you going to wear throughout the week, and you just try to arrange your clothes in a proper order. Ensure that they are well pressed or dry cleaned, whatever they are, and you plan accordingly. Otherwise, every morning a lot of time is wasted in finding the perfect matching trouser and shirt. So a very simple thing, but it wastes our precious 5 to 10 minutes in our morning. You know that even 5 to 10 minutes are very important. We have to manage the deadlines. So it is very important to do proper planning. Otherwise, we will be in a crisis situation. Then procrastination, it means avoidance. Avoidance of tasks, avoiding things. आज ये लेक्चर बना के मेरे को अपलोड करना है cjschool.in में, नहीं आज नहीं करूंगा, इसमें तो अभी 15 दिन दिए हुए हैं, आराम से करूंगा. नो, just do it. Just do it, finish it, and then relax. Who is stopping you? So this tendency of avoidance, it is another time thief. Then interruptions. There are various interruptions. When you are teaching, when you are taking a class, suddenly the peon gets a notice, and he wants to circulate you that notice. He wants to tell it to the students. So there are frequent interruptions. You are sitting in the staff room preparing for your lecture, or you, as a principal, you are doing some important work in your office. Suddenly a person comes, sir, आपको disturb तो नहीं करना, but he has already disturbed you. You politely ask him if there is no, if he is not having some important work, then please excuse me. You can ask, please, you can request that person to leave, or you can request that person to say whatever he wants to say as quickly as possible. You have to reduce these interruptions in your office. Mobile phone is a serious interruption. Now, to avoid this interruption by mobile phone, it is very important that when you leave your house, you should give strict instructions to your family members that they should call you to your office only when it is urgent, when there is an urgency. Just for routine family talk, you should not be bothered, because your office, as I have already told you, is like a place of worship. It is the place from where you get your living. It is the place from where you get salary and you run your house by that. So you should try to avoid the mobile interruptions. Don't join unnecessary WhatsApp groups. Try to avoid social media as much as possible. As per the conduct rules, also the government officers are required to avoid doing certain things on social media. So I am of the personal opinion that we should avoid social media, because it is also a frequent interruption in our day-to-day work. Then not delegating. There are some tasks which you can delegate to your fellow teachers. You should try to delegate them so that your burden is lessened and you can perform your core tasks with more efficiency and more hard work. Then there are unnecessary meetings. If there are some meetings which are not required, you can just circulate the information among your staff members. Then try to avoid those unnecessary meetings. The shuffling blues. The shuffling blues means people who start one thing, they leave it unfinished and again move on to the other task. So if we are that kind of nature, it will result in wastage of time. Then a poor physical setup. Now a physical setup is entirely in our hands. As a principal, you might be requiring some almirahs, some computers. You should try to get such a physical setup that all things are easily accessible, and you need to again go from one room to another room for some record, or you have asked your data entry operator to sit in another room. You have to again summon him, you have to give him a letter, then again he will redraft it. So it is better that you create such a physical setup which is accessible and which helps in reducing wastage of time. Poor networking. Now, as I had told you that your department has to interact with so many other departments, you should be well aware of the people with whom you have to contact. You should have their phone numbers in your diary or in your mobile, and you should be well acquainted with them, so that whenever there is a need, you can quickly contact them and get that thing resolved. Then there is the bad attitude and negative people. There are some negative people who keep on saying, अरे अभी इसको क्यों कर रहे हो, इसको तो बाद में भी कर सकते हैं. अरे अभी ऐसा क्यों कर रहे हो, और ये वो बोलते हैं और खुद अपना काम कर लिए रहते। दे हैड डन देयर वर्क बट दे विल ऑलवेज कीप ऑन डिस्करेजिंग यू, नहीं नहीं नहीं, अरे अभी मत करो, हम क्यों करें, ऐसा क्यों करें। So you have to avoid these people. They are also among the 11 time thieves. Next is, how much time do you spend each day on the following time stealers? Now, in order for proper time management, it is important that you analyze your day. You analyze your day and you categorize the activities in three categories: useful, useless, doubtful. I repeat, useful, useless, doubtful. You need to think about your day and you need to find out that the hours that you have spent on various activities, you have to categorize them, that those hours have been useful, useless, or doubtful. Now you have to reduce the useless hours, or you should try to bring them to zero, and the doubtful hours you should try to reduce to a manageable extent, and the useful hours you should try to maximize. I repeat again, you divide your activities into three categories: useful, doubtful, useless. You should try to bring the useless activities to zero. You should try to reduce the hours which you are dedicating to doubtful activities, and you should try to maximize your useful hours. You should try to maximize the useful component of your time of your day. So this is a very simple categorization that you can do for time management. You can find out how much time do you spend each day on the following time stealers: watching TV. How much time do we spend? Reading newspapers, magazines excessively. Idle chat, gossip, telephonic talk. Opening and sorting mail. Returning telephone calls. Meetings, paying bills, daydreaming, paying bills. Most of the bills can be paid online nowadays. So it is useless to waste time on them, to go and physically pay those bills. You can get them done online. Fretting over personal problems. Everybody has personal problems. Nobody is perfect. Everybody has family problems. Everyone has health issues. But it does not mean that in your place of work you keep on thinking about them and wasting your time. Okay, that is there, it will be there, but you concentrate on your work. Otherwise, you will waste time on that. Caught in traffic snarls. As I have requested you, if you are caught in a traffic jam, you try to find out if there is an alternate way. Planning how to change things. Some people keep on just doing planning and planning and planning. They don't do the implementation. This is another time stealer, because if you keep on just doing the planning, nothing will change. In order to change, you do short term planning. You adopt small things and you just start working on them rather than just planning and planning. Waiting for things to happen. Just waiting for things to happen. Nothing will happen. Nothing will change. You have to move. You have to adapt. Taking naps, eating snacks between meals, drinking, smoking, shopping. All these are time stealers. All these will waste your time. So, since I have talked about these many things which waste your time and the various time management styles, how to manage time? The key to managing time is proper prioritizing. We have to prioritize. We have to ensure that we spend our time in a proper and orderly manner, and we should give more time to the things which are urgent and important, and we should try to reduce our time for things which are not important. And for this, I would like to present a humble quadrant in front of you. This is a very interesting quadrant. Now, if you look at this quadrant, it has two dimensions. It is regarding our day-to-day activities. In the upper quadrant, you can see, in the upper transient, you can see the activities have been quantified as urgent and not urgent. And in this axis, it has been categorized as not important and important. So we can categorize our activities between these four quadrants. Now the first quadrant, as you can see, it consists of those activities which we consider as urgent and important. Now, you can see in quadrant 1 there are crisis, projects, accidents, etc., which become urgent and important. Now, again I will ask a question. Is it good that we bring most of our activities in the first quadrant? That we make most of our activities urgent and important? My answer will be no. No. We should not take our activities, we should not stretch them to such a level that most of our activities become urgent and important. Because when that happens, it results in a lot of crisis management. It results in a lot of mental pressure, and that affects your health in the long run. So what is the solution? You should try to take your activities to the second quadrant. Now the second quadrant is what? Not urgent but important. You consider most of the activities as important, but you don't make them urgent. How it is possible? By proper time management. You prioritize your activities as not urgent but important. You don't take them to the first quadrant because the first quadrant will result in a lot of pressure. Quadrant 2 is planning, exercise, relationships, etc. So you try to bring most of your activities to the second quadrant. Then there is the third quadrant also, which is not important but urgent. Now this is a unique situation. How can be things which are not important, they could become urgent? They become urgent again because of your improper conditioning, because of your improper time management, because of your improper prioritizing. Phone calls, visitors, small talk, etc. All these things, they become urgent. Why? Because you get involved in them. Office gossip, if you get involved in them, they will become urgent, but they are not important. As I have told you that when you leave your home in the morning for your school, you must tell your family that I am going for work, it's not a picnic. So don't call me unless and until it is important. For 10 to 5 or 6, whatever the working hours are there, I am dedicated fully towards my institution. And whatever, of course, the family issues can be sorted out after that time. So there are certain things which we make urgent but which are not important. And a very common thing nowadays is the mobile and the WhatsApp and social media. Now, whenever you get a message on WhatsApp, it is almost irresistible for any person that he will not open that message immediately. He will open that. Whatever important work he is doing, he will just stop that work and he will open his WhatsApp. And that message may be a very silly kind of joke or a very unimportant message. So you have made an unimportant thing as urgent. So again, we have to avoid this quadrant. We should try to taking our activities in this third quadrant. And finally, the fourth quadrant, the last quadrant, which is not urgent, not important. Something which is not urgent, something which is not important. Daydreaming, television, procrastination, all kind of things which are not urgent and which are not important. But we give them a lot of time. We devote a lot of time for watching television, and especially those kind of soap operas which have no meaning, which drag on for years. Even if you watch their first episode on Monday and you watch the episode on Friday, you will find that nothing substantial has moved on in that story. So this quadrant should always be in your mind. As in my communication skills class, I have requested you that you should keep the communication model in mind. Similarly, in the time management, for time management, you should keep this quadrant in mind and you should quantify your activities in these four quadrants. You should try to bring most of your activities in the second quadrant. दूसरे क्वाड्रेंट में रहना चाहिए आपका, नॉट अर्जेंट बट इंपॉर्टेंट. अर्जेंट एंड इंपॉर्टेंट फिर भी हो जाएगा. कुछ एक्टिविटीज ऐसी हो जाएंगी जिनका आप बहुत प्लानिंग करेंगे, फिर भी वो आपका लास्ट डे पे आ जाएगा. ओके, इट्स हैपेंस, कोई बात नहीं. इट मे बिकम अर्जेंट एंड इंपॉर्टेंट, बट आपको कोशिश करना है ज्यादा से ज्यादा अपनी एक्टिविटीज को आप नॉट अर्जेंट बट इंपॉर्टेंट में रखिए. सेकंड क्वाड्रेंट. The third quadrant, again, as I have requested you, try to identify those things which are in the third quadrant and try to reduce them. And the fourth quadrant is something which you should make it zero. There should not be any activities in the fourth quadrant, because as you can see, that it is neither urgent nor important. So if something is neither urgent nor important, Why should you waste time on that? So this quadrant should be kept in mind when you prepare your timetable. Now, how to prepare a timetable? We'll have a set of activities in the last slide, and I will request you to prepare a timetable after this session, and you should try to analyze these activities. Now, when I start analyzing these activities, I will also mention that if you do not devote proper time to these activities, what is going to happen? The first activity is your office starts at 10 a.m. in the morning, which is an hour drive from your house. Now your office starts at 10. Now if you leave at 9, what would happen? Will this activity be urgent and important, or will it be not urgent but important? It will be urgent and important because exactly 1 hour you require to reach your school and you are leaving exactly at 9. So if you are caught in a traffic jam, then this activity will become urgent and important. And it is possible that you might reach late to your school, not because of any fault of yours. You have left at 9 from your house and it takes 1 hour to reach your school. But there are some things which are beyond your control. So you have made this activity as urgent and important. But if you have left at say 8:50, 10 minutes before the scheduled departure, then you could have covered these things and you could have reached your school 5 minutes earlier than the stipulated time, and that activity would have become not urgent but important. So this is the first example you of those four quadrants, how to quantify your activities and how to get them into the second quadrant of not important but urgent. If you leave 10 minutes early, then that activity will be not important, not urgent but important. This is the thing that I would request you to follow. Some of you might already be doing this, but this is my humble submission. Next, you have to drop your daughter to school bus, which is 15 minutes drive from your home, and the bus departs at 8:30 a.m. Of course, we all are having our family duties. We need to drop our children to school bus or to where they are getting the bus. Now it is 15 minutes drive from our home and the bus departs at 8:30. Again, if we leave from our home at 8:15, then this activity will become urgent and important. So it is better that we leave at 8:10 and we reach there on time, because if your daughter misses her school bus, then it is very much possible that you might have to drop her to school. And again, it will disturb your entire schedule. If in the morning there is a disruption of 15 to 20 minutes, then your entire schedule gets disturbed. It's like a house of cards, it falls apart. So it is very important that your early morning hours, they go on as per your schedule, they go on as per your timetable. Next is, you have been advised to walk for half an hour daily by your doctor. Now what is this activity? This activity is presently not urgent but important, because the doctor has advised you to walk for half an hour so that if there are any minor problems, they can be sorted out and you could lead a healthy life. Now if you don't accept the advice, you don't follow his advice, and you don't walk for half an hour, what will happen? You might suffer from some disease because of this, and then this activity will become, the doctor will ask you to compulsorily walk for half an hour. Now that activity will become urgent and important because it is concerned to your health. And if you cannot devote half an hour time for your health and you suffer from any ailment because of this, this is a loss to your health. This is a serious loss. This is not an half hour loss. This is a very serious loss. So when we talk about the things that happen due to wastage of time, this is a serious loss that might happen if we don't prioritize our activities properly. So the key in time management is prioritizing our activities properly. First is our health, our family, our office, and then all the activities which can be done in our leisure time. Then again, your son requires help in mathematics, for which he has to be taught for an hour daily. Now, this is a very common thing in the homes of teachers. Our sons and daughters, they ask for help in various subjects. If I am a teacher of mathematics, it is naturally expected of me to teach my son mathematics. And that is a genuine demand also. Now, this activity is not urgent but important because I have been asked to taught for an hour daily. And if I don't do this, what will happen? Suppose, unfortunately, that son or daughter gets could not pass in the examination or gets less marks, then everybody will blame me that you did not spare an hour for your son. Now, this is a big loss. This is a serious loss. You have made this activity urgent and important. Now you have to teach him for an hour daily, otherwise he will suffer. So again, this is example of making an activity urgent and important, which could have been in the second quadrant, but you brought it in the first quadrant. Then your boss has given a task which requires working daily for 2 hours. Very common thing, it happens. Boss gives us something, a project report, and asks us to work continuously for 2 hours and complete it in 5 days. Now the task has been given to us on Monday and we had to submit it on say Friday. 5 days we have to work for 2 hours daily and we have to submit it. If we don't do this on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we don't work, then it is very much possible that on Thursday or Friday night we have to work the whole day for that. We have made that activity urgent and important again, which could have been not urgent but important. And if we do not do it properly, we get criticized by the boss, or we had to suffer some kind of humiliation because of improper time management. So this is another example, this is another loss which happens if we do not schedule our time properly, if we do not schedule our activities properly. Then you have been advised to spend an hour daily talking to your wife by your counselor. I missed one point. Your routine office work and visitors take 3 to 4 hours of your time. Now, this is a routine office work. Again, this activity is in the second quadrant. Not urgent, but important. And you have to do your routine office work on a daily basis. Otherwise, again, those activities will go to the first quadrant and they will become urgent and important. Next point, you have been advised to spend an hour daily talking to your wife by your counselor. Sometimes it happens that there are family problems and it is some couples go for counseling and they are advised to spend time. Why? Because your family is of utmost importance. Your organization is important as well as your family is important and your personal health is also important. So you talk to your wife every day and things get normal. If you don't talk, this activity becomes urgent and important. It goes to the first quadrant from the second quadrant. So, and if you don't do that in that stage also, you spoil your relations in your family, you spoil your relations with your wife, and that is again a serious loss. Then the last activity, your favorite TV program is aired at 8:30 p.m., which you watch daily. Now, what sort of activity is this? This is not urgent and not important. This is a complete wastage of time because most of the TV programs get repeated again and again, and you can watch them in YouTube also whenever you want. So why to waste time if you are doing something important during that period? So this is not urgent, not important. It is up to you if you make it urgent and important. I have seen some people rushing to their homes to watch their favorite TV program. Now it's okay, everybody has their priorities, but I must humbly submit that watching a TV program is not such worthy a job that for that you need to hurry up and just you need to reach home with that space. So these are some activities which which you can prioritize. These are some activities with which you can relate in your personal life. You might also be having activities related to this. Now again I would go back to this quadrant and I will request you, whenever you prepare a timetable, you should prepare a timetable every day. You should try to, if it is possible, you can keep a spiral diary, a small pocket diary, and you can list your tasks for the day in a order. First of all, those activities which are urgent and important. Second, those activities which are not urgent but important. And as your activities, as you finish the task, you just tick them and cut them out. And in the end, at the end of the day, you should have ticked all the tasks that you have decided for yourself at the beginning of the day. This is a very simple tip of time management. That diary will also act you as a motivator, because in the evening or in the late night when you will be ticking all those activities, you will feel a sense of satisfaction that, oh, I have completed all the tasks for the day. It's a very simple thing, but again, it will, I think, it's my humble submission that it will help you a lot. Then again, I would request you to please prioritize your activities. Must, should, could of time management. You should prioritize your activities. The must activities. What are the must activities? What is important in life? What is important? Important is your organization where you are working. Equally important is your family, and equally important is your health. All other things come after this. If you have time, then of course you devote your time for the other things. Otherwise, your first priority is it comes in that order. Now, of course, people will disagree, but it's my humble submission that there is a time for your family, there is a time for yourself, and there is particular time for your office, for your organization. So you should identify what are your must activities. Then there are should activities. Should activities are like meeting your friends, going for movies, going for just a stroll, going for just an evening walk, whatever is your leisure activities. For which, if you get time, you do it. Similarly, good activities. If suddenly you get a holiday, or if there is on a Sunday you are free, then you take time out of your schedule to do that. So you can prioritize, you can categorize your activities in must, should, and could form, and then you can manage your time accordingly. The key to time management is proper prioritizing. The key to time management is classifying your activities as urgent and important, and not urgent but important. These two criteria should be your key consideration for prioritizing your activities. If you are able to do this, you will be able to prepare a proper timetable. And if you prepare a timetable and you follow it religiously, then you will be able to manage your time properly, and you will be able to minimize those time stealers that I have talked about. You have to identify the time stealers in your daily routine. As I have requested you that after this session is over, you take some time, you analyze what are your daily activities, and you try to classify them as useful, doubtful, and useless. And then you reframe your timetable, and you classify your activities as urgent and important, and not urgent but important. And then you prepare a timetable. Then you decide that how you are going to devote time for all of these activities, whether there are certain activities which actually deserve time or not. No, some activities won't be requiring time, they don't require your precious time. Your family requires your time. Your personal health requires your time. Your organization requires your time. And if you have any time left after all this, your society requires your time. Because as I have requested you, as teachers, we all are change agents. And if it is possible to do something for the society, then it is well and good. So this is my humble submission regarding time management. I will be showing you a video which is self-explanatory, and after that video we will be interacting and taking questions. चलेगा, है अभी continue. Now, as you can see in this video, the time in a jar. Suppose all our time is that jar, that empty jar that we had, and the way you can see it has been filled. सबसे पहले उसमें बड़े बड़े पत्थर डाले गए, then छोटे pebbles डाले गए, then sand and then water. Now what happens? What these things signify? Time in a jar. जो हमारे पास पूरा समय है, it is like that jar, empty jar. And if we fill it with rocks, which signify those activities which are urgent and important, or those activities which are not urgent but important, or say our must activities, or say our useful activities, those rocks signify those things. They are very important to understand that if we have to fill our time jar first with those rocks, with those important activities. The next is the small pebbles for which we have time. They constitute our friends, our hobbies, and everything. After that, sand, which represents the other more insignificant activities which we do in our spare time. Say something related to our hobbies, going for movies, moving around with our friends, all kinds of activities. And finally, water, which signifies the not urgent, not important part. So, but if we do the reverse, if we first fill our time jar with sand, which we are doing, most of us, I am unfortunate to say, and it is very unfortunate to say that we spend a lot of time we waste on our mobile, on social media, Twitter, Facebook, WhatsApp. We have to analyze that we get a lot of messages on WhatsApp and Facebook which have no relevance with our work. They may be regarding some issues, but we need to analyze whether they are concerned with me or not, or what I can do regarding them. So why to waste time? तो हम बहुत सारा अपना समय जो है वो फेसबुक, सोशल मीडिया, ट्विटर इसमें वेस्ट कर रहे हैं, एंड इट इज वेरी अनफॉर्चुनेट. एंड जो अभी नया सिविल सर्विस कंडक्ट रूल्स है उसमें भी सोशल मीडिया को लेके रेगुलेशंस आ गए कि गवर्नमेंट ऑफिसर्स कैन नॉट मेक कमेंट्स और कैन नॉट शेयर सर्टन थिंग. So it is my humble submission that the government officer should avoid time spending on social media. You fill your time jar with social media, then the big rocks will be left behind. So those things signify our priority. Our priority should be to fill our time jar with the big rocks, and then with the small pebbles, and then with the sand, and then with water. That means we should prioritize our activities. We should utilize our day by spending time on the urgent and important, and not urgent but important activities, or the must activities that I have requested to you to follow, or the useful activities. You have to spend time on your personal health, your family, your organization. And after this, you can have all the time to fill your time jar with the sand and with the water. So this was my humble submission regarding time management. I will request all of you that after this session, whenever you get time, please analyze your day. Please analyze your day. Please categorize your activities, and please prepare a timetable for tomorrow. I thank you all for your patient audience, and now I invite questions and your responses. Please.
Sir, good afternoon. Rajesh Upadhyay from Mungeli.
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Sorry, I haven't been able to listen to you since the beginning because I am traveling, and that's why I haven't switched on my video as well. Sir,
Okay.
whatever the things you have shared, those are really important and valuable for us. But I
Okay.
think, sir, the most important thing is to work on the subconscious mind, because whatever the belief system we have got, that is that much strong that it doesn't allow us to do whatever the things we know what to do, how to do, but still we are not able to convert them into works. So I think there must be some works also which can just teach some practical ways which can just strengthen the subconscious mind in the way, because that is even more powerful than the conscious mind. So these are the conscious ways, very important, very beautiful, no doubt about it. But it sometimes they fall flat because we are just subservient to the subconscious mind, which is really more energetic, more powerful than than conscious mind, as you have already explained in one of your previous sessions. So that's why I would like to request you to talk something about subconscious mind as well, so that people
Well,
can come to us.
yes,
Sir,
yes.
sir.
So, you have talked about a very relevant thing, that when you work on your subconscious mind, I will recommend to do some kind of yoga and meditation in the morning to keep your mind peaceful, to keep your mind at peace with your day, regarding your day's work. That will help
But
you
sir,
in that will help you in enhancing your concentration. Because when you are concentrated in your job, you require less time than usual, and the diversion, it happens, it is a very natural thing. So you have to follow these tactics. You have to do some kind of meditation, breathing exercises, which keep you cool. You can go for tratak or pranayam. Means some of you might be doing that also. So especially regarding teachers, I must humbly submit and I must humbly accept that we teachers are able to concentrate on our work, and we are already able to tame our subconscious mind in the direction in which we want. That is a very natural thing for us because we all are ethical people. Many of us are following these things which I am telling you, which you might be already doing that. But of course, I must request that whatever helps you in better time management, that should be followed. And whether it is yoga, meditation, dhyan, whether it is waking up early and doing kind of meditation, doing some exercises, breathing exercises, all these things can be done in order to keep a peaceful mind so that you can concentrate on your day-to-day activities. Thank you.
sir, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Next question. Anyone would like to share their way of managing time? How you are managing time? Anyone wants to share this? Anyone who follows a timetable
Sir,
would like to share? Yes. Yes,
sir, I
please.
would like to add to Mr. Rajnish Upadhyay
Yes.
the prioritizing of activities and the putting the all activities and dividing activities is as important, non-important. The quadrant you said, that is totally personal affiliation. For me, something may be very much of priority. To others, it may of least importance. So we have to first, as an administrator, make our will strong, and we should be very much strong in our conscious mind to prioritize the activities. So is totally concerned. And regarding the session for the last 2 days, we are very much affinated, and we are and gaining much knowledge about the sessions which you have imparted. So very much thankful to you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Of course, as you rightly pointed out, the priorities will differ from individual to individual. For some people, their office work is the most urgent and most important. For some people, their family work is the most urgent and most important. But what I have suggested is a general way of prioritizing things, a general and prescribed way, because for 10 to 5 we are supposed to devote our entire time for our organization, the rest of the time for our family and our personal well-being. So this is a general observation. Of course, there are people who prioritize their things in a different manner, but that is up to them. But of course, I will suggest that you should try to prioritize your activities in this manner. Now, I would like to request any one of you who is working on a proper
Sir,
timetable. Yeah,
sir,
if you
why
can
do,
share your timetable.
sir, why do,
Hello. Please go ahead.
sir, why do we feel that we have the shortage of time we are doing to do our work in the life?
That is because of improper time management.
Yeah.
Because say if we have 14 to 15 of working hours, rest of the hours are devoted for sleep and your daily routine, then they are enough for your office work, for your family, and for your personal well-being. So the only problem is of proper prioritizing, proper scheduling, and that is why we sometimes feel that we are not having time for this or we are not having time for that. So the only problem is not scheduling your activities properly as per their order of priority. So that is why I insisted on that throughout my entire presentation. Any one of you
Sir,
would like to share their timetable? Those who are following a timetable, please share with this group.
sir, don't you think that time management, change management, and other types of management are just like the branches, and we are just interested to keep on cutting the branches, but the root remains the same. We are not focusing on the root cause. So I think the time management, change management, all this come later. The mind management is the first thing. It is the root cause where we need to work on. So I must request you, and I would like to
you
request you
may
that.
be you may be correct, but of course there are limitations of time, there are
Yeah,
limitations of a training program, and
yeah, yeah.
mind management is something which requires a lot of deliberation, it requires a lot of practical exposure. So of course,
Mm.
whatever program has been designed for you, it is for your best, it is for your betterment, and we are following those modules, and I think that those modules are also useful for you, and it will take
Very
time
well.
to change the mind also. It is they all are working in that direction.
Yes, sir. They are very, very useful. No doubt
Yes,
about it, sir. I'm
yes,
very
yes.
thankful to you, sir.
Upadhyay,
Any one of you would like to share their timetable? If someone of you is following a systematic routine, kindly share with this group so that others also get motivated. Nobody is following a routine. Nobody is following a systematic timetable for every day.
Sir, may I share one thing? Let me.
Please, go ahead, go ahead.
Sir, I use one technique that is called visualization. I simply visualize my routine. So
Okay.
before going to bed, I just visualize whatever I'm going to do next day. I just visualize in my mind, and I see myself watching. I see myself doing all those things which I am supposed to do next day. So
Okay.
this way I just feel energetic and I have that kind of sensation. And next day when I get out of my bed, I just feel energetic. And I am simply reminded by that kind of visualization which has deeply rooted in my mind. And while going into sleep, that becomes deeply rooted. So next day it keeps reminding me that this is my routine and I have to complete these works. And I just do it with a certain kind of willingness. So that's how I just complete it. And it is really useful. And I have
That is
got
great.
positive results in it.
That is great. That is great.
Visualization.
Yeah, that is a very interesting technique of visualization that you pointed out. That you
But
visualize your next
yes.
day. Yes, ma'am. Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Mr. Rajnish, yes, sir. Apart from visualizing, I also write the important works to be done, prioritizing them in a diary, in a small diary I have with me. And a daily routine is a different thing, but the important works which are to be carried out apart from it, which
So,
Great, great. Excuse me. Please go ahead. Please go ahead. Yes.
yes, sir. Tiwari sir is saying something.
Yeah,
Hello.
please.
Yes,
Please
sir.
go ahead.
Yes, I note. Yes, sir. I note the important works to be done while prioritizing them in a small notebook I have, and in the hierarchy of the priority of the work which is to be done. And in my personal opinion, is that those who know to prioritize the things, only they become successful in their works.
Okay, great, great. That's great. So that is why I requested all of you to share something. As sir has rightly pointed out that he visualizes his next day. So this technique of visualization is good, that you visualize your entire day, how it is going to be carried out. Then you can maintain a diary. And there are so many techniques. It differs from person to person. I would request you to, if it is possible, you prioritize your activities in this manner, or if you can devise your own way of time management. That is also, it is very good. Now I would conclude with 3 4 lines. If we do not do proper time management, what is the loss? If your son says, if your daughter says कि पापा आपके पास तो हमारे लिए कभी टाइम ही नहीं था, और if your wife says or your husband says कि आपके लिए तो मेरे पास टाइम ही नहीं होता, that is a big loss, and this loss is something which is irreparable. So in order to avoid this kind of loss, or your doctor says कि अरे आपने तो अपने शरीर का ध्यान ही नहीं दिया, आपने ये अपना क्या कर लिया, आपने अपने कभी बॉडी के लिए कुछ नहीं किया, कभी कोई एक्सरसाइज नहीं, कुछ नहीं, और आपके ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में आपको बोला जाता है कि अरे आप कोई काम तो ठीक से क्यों नहीं करते. It is very unfortunate if these things you have to hear, then that is a big loss. And to avoid this loss, the only technique is proper time management. I thank you all for giving me such a patient audience. I have been taking your sessions continuously for the last 4 days. I sincerely thank you for your kind cooperation and your kind patience. Thanks a lot to all
sir,
of you.
sir,
Thank
sir,
you.
sir, very tremendous session. We all are very, very happy, and these points are very essential points for our life, in our
Thank
life,
you.
sir.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you,
Thank
sir. A
you.
lot of thanks.
Sir,
Thank you.
sir. Dubey sir, Ranish Padhyay.
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Sir, you are one of the best speakers I have ever come across.
Thank you, thank you. Thanks a lot for your kind words.
I really
Thank you,
enjoyed.
sir. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
And
Thanks to all of you.
I will be in touch with you all the time. Thank
Please,
you, sir.
please, please, kind. Thank you.
A lot of thanks, sir.
Thank you.